What's up, everybody? This is Eric the Tech Preacher. So refresh rates is a normal thing in 2020. A lot of devices is coming out with high refresh rate. We know that OnePlus did it in 2019 with the OnePlus 7 Pro, which the device I have right here. Also, the Galaxy S20s had 120 Hertz displays at 1080p. Well, we got the new kid on the block. We got the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. This device has a 120 Hertz refresh rate. Now, I've made videos about this in the past using a real-time refresh rate tester to see how the device acts in real time. And let me go and show you the last video that I did, kind of some snippets. I used the Galaxy S20 Plus. As you can see, the Galaxy S20 Plus had 120 Hertz refresh rate, but the frames per second would drop because it's real time. So you're gonna see the frames per second go up and down and up and down. Well, that's kind of normal when you're doing it in real time. Also, the Razer Phone 2, it also have a 120 Hertz display. But again, you see that in real time, the frames per second go up and down. Well, I got 4 devices here. I got 2 60 Hertz refresh rate devices. I got 190 Hertz refresh device, and I got the new kid on the block that has a 1080p 120 Hertz refresh rate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the same test that I do all the time and let y'all guys see if it's truth and what they say. Sit back and relax, get your popcorn ready, and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Eric back with another video. So the test that I run is called a refresh test. You can download this online. You can run it real time online. They got apps all over the App Store. You could do this test at your leisure. You could do this here at home. So if you want to verify yourself, the refresh rate of your device, you can run this test. So basically what I do is I run an online test in what I call a refresh test. And so right here, I have the LG V60. We know that this is a 60 Hertz display. And as you can see right there, and I want to turn that down a little bit so we can see this. All right, so right now, this device is running 60 frames per second. It's supposed to be 60 frames per second with a 60 Hertz refresh rate, but the frames per second is dropping all the way down to like 30 frames per second, 40 frames per second, and it goes up and down because it fluctuates in real time. All right, now we have the OnePlus 7 Pro. This is a 90 Hertz display. So I want to run the same test here on this device and go from there. All right, so this is the same test, and again, it's verifying that it is a 90 Hertz display, and it's verifying that it's running at 90 frames per second. But again, in real time, the frames per second will drop. All right, so let's get that in there. Put that right there. As you can see, it's going all the way up to about 90 frames per second, and it's dipping down. So this is real time. All right, Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Again, let's go on and run the same test. This is a 60 Hertz display. So it is saying 60 Hertz, it is saying 60 frames per second, but in real time, it is fluctuating from 30 frames per second up to 60 frames per second. All right, I have the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra at 1080p, 120 Hertz. And let me show you real quick. All right, so the display, let's see, motion smoothness, here it is, adaptive. That's what it says. Get smoother animation and scrolling by automatically adjusting your screen refresh rate up to 120 Hertz. That's what it says. You got 2 choices here. You got the adaptive choice, and you have the standard. The standard says you get long battery life at 60 Hertz refresh rate, but I have it on adaptive. Okay, now let's go ahead and run the same test. Okay. Here we go. Now, it's saying the refresh rate is 60 Hertz, and it's going up and down. Now, it's saying the refresh rate is 120 Hertz. Now, it's questionable. The frame rates are 60 frames per second. Now, the frames per second is saying it's going up and down from 60 frames per second, and it's not going no higher than that. Now, we back down to 60 frames per second. So, And the reason why I'm making this video, because I've ran this test already. I've ran this test a bunch of times. And the reason why I'm making this video, because I call it how I see it, right? Look, don't get me wrong, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is the new kid on the block. It is a fantastic phone. But as I do my daily tests, as I test these devices, I want to make sure truth and justice, what they say it is what it is, right? Right now, I think what they call adaptive frames per second, or whatever it's called. Let's see what it's called. Adaptive, right? So maybe it's adjusting it automatically to whatever it want to adjust to. So you don't have no consistency right here, right? So maybe you don't have no consistency. All right. And so what I'm going to do is let me close everything out that's in the background. Okay, so I'm running this test again, and there it goes. And let me go back to my variable right there. Okay, boom. So I closed anything in the background, nothing in the background. So here it is, right? So now the refresh rate is saying 120 hertz, but the frames per second is dropping to 60 frames per second. All right, and the refresh rate right now is questionable. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because it was strange to me that I always run this test, and I want y'all guys to see this. So right now, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I want y'all guys to see that it's going up and down, and maybe it's because it's adaptive frames per second that's going on. And so right now it's at 60 frames per second at 60 hertz, and I have it bumped all the way up to the highest it can go. So maybe, just maybe, the Galaxy Note is saying, you know what, we're gonna keep it on 60 hertz when we want the device to go to 120 hertz. Maybe we're gonna pop it up at 120 hertz, but it's a mirage. See, that's the thing. Like, I make these videos because I want y'all guys to understand sometimes it's a mirage. You might be getting smooth scrolling, but you might be getting it at 60 hertz. How do you know until you verify? This is the thing that I like to make these videos about. It's only truth when you can verify. And right here it's called verification. And now don't get me wrong. And look at these two devices right here, right? 90 hertz, 90 hertz. Now the frames per second in real time will fluctuate. I do understand that, but it is what it is, right? So if you're looking at it and it's saying, and now it's going up and down, okay, where's the consistency? So when you're scrolling up and down, you might be getting that buttery smooth feel, but you might be getting it at 60 hertz, people. It may not be getting it at 120 hertz. It may feel good. It's sometimes in the mind, it makes you think that you're at 120 hertz because it feels so smooth and buttery. It got the 865 plus processor in it with 12 gigs of RAM. It's supposed to be buttery smooth. And look at that, I got it at 120 hertz, and like I say, it's up to 120 hertz. And we saw it in this video that it did go up to 120 hertz. But at the end of the day, it's only 60 hertz, people. This is Eric the Tech Preacher. Look, man, on my YouTube channel, I keep it real. I keep it 100. I keep it real, man. And one of the things about me is that, you know, I know a lot of you guys gonna come in the comments and say, oh man, you just nitpicking. Well, I'm nitpicking because it's proof positive. You verify. Yeah, they say it, but you verify, right? You test and verify. That's what I do here. This is Eric. See you guys on the next video. Peace.